Some sad and tragic news from the world of the NBA today, as one of the greatest shot blockers of all time, Dikembe Mutombo, passed away today. Dikembe Mutombo came from the Congo to America, and at age 21, shocked everyone by starting to play basketball for Georgetown, and then 4 years later, graduating from the Hoyas and playing in the NBA. Mutombo's given name is Dikembe Mutombo Maplondo Mukamba Jean-Jacques Wata Mutombo, but it was known as Mount Mutombo for its developed prowess, shot blockers, and of course, the finger wag. He was born in Congo June 25, 1966. His father was actually in the Congo's Department of Education. Mutombo would speak English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and 5 Central African languages. At age 16, he wanted to work on his basketball career due to his height. He moved to the U.S. at age 21 to Rome College and went on a U.S. International Foreign Scholarship to Georgetown University. He intended to be a doctor, but Georgetown coach John Thompson recruited him to play basketball. He spoke almost no English. However, as a sophomore, he once blocked 12 shots in a game. Building on the shot blocking Mutombo and Alonzo Mourning, Georgetown had the rejection rule section under the basket, adding a big silhouette of an outstretched head to a band of every shot blocked during the game. Mutombo would be the Big East Defensive Player of the Year in 1990 and 91. He actually graduated with a bachelor's degree in linguistics and diplomacy. In the 91 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets decided to take Mutombo with the 4th overall pick, mostly because they had a terrible defense. He did his job and all of that. After blocking a player's shot in 1992, he coined the pointing his right index finger at that player and move it side to side. It was amazing. He was selected for the All-Star team as a rookie at 16.6 points, 12.3 rebounds a game. However, in Denver, even though his career was from 1991 to 1996, his one shining moment, to say a phrase, to coin a phrase, was in 1994 when the Nuggets faced the Sonics in the first round of the NBA playoffs. In the best of 5 first round at the time, best of 5, the Sonics were up 2-0, lost the next 2 in Denver, and had to win Game 5 on home turf to avoid an embarrassing loss. The Nuggets were only 42-40 that year. The Sonics were 63-19. So Denver pulled it out in Game 5. And the greatest moment of Mutombo in my mind is at the end of Game 5, grabbing that game-winning rebound and hearing Dick Enberg's voice on NBC. Mutombo embraces the ball and the Denver Nuggets have won it. And then Mutombo held the ball over his head in moment joy and says, "Oh my God." Mutombo's defensive presence was the key to the upset victory. In fact, his 31 blocks is still a record for a 5-game series. Best of 5 or best of 7 in a sense. So that's 6 blocks a game. Can you imagine? The best blockers get 4 a game. Mutombo was named Defensive Player of the Year in 95. He became a free agent and sought a 10-year contract for some reason. However, the Nuggets decided to not offer him the contract and let him leave via free agency. It was something that Bernie Bickerstaff actually regretted as the Nuggets GM. Nevertheless, after the 1996 NBA season, Mutombo signed a 5-year, $55 million deal with the Hawks and helped Atlanta do pretty well, winning 56 games in 97 and 50 in 98. Unfortunately, the Hawks just could not get past those pesky Chicago Bulls and all of that. Anyway, he looked decent and all of that. The NBA decided to ban the Mutombo finger wag by 2000. Kind of pathetic, don't you think? But regardless of that, Mutombo was fine. And then the Hawks decided to trade Mutombo at the 2001 trade deadline to Philly, who were leading the East, for Tony Kukoc and Field Ratliff. Mutombo played in the All-Star game as a member of the Hawks, and then as a member of the Sixers, he helped the Sixers get to the NBA Finals, where they would win Game 1 against the Lakers, but lose the next 4. So the Sixers knew what they had to do with the big man thing. Mutombo helped do pretty well and all that. He was matched up with Shaq. It did decently. So he re-signed with the Sixers as a free agent for a 4-year, $68 million deal. All that. The Sixers, at the end of the 2002 season, shockingly traded him to the Nets for Keith Van Horn and Todd McCullough. The Nets were coming off a loss in the finals, being swept by the Lakers, and needed Mutombo to try to match up with Shaq. Ironically, the Nets would get to the finals, but it wouldn't be against Shaq. It would be against Tim Duncan and the Spurs, and the Spurs won in 6 games. The Nets decided to buy out his contract, and he signed a 2-year deal with the Knicks, which was shocking and all that. So, anyway, Knicks fans began waving their fingers at Mutombo as a sign of respect. He chose to respond in kind. A referee told him that as long as the gesture was not directed at a particular player, the league could not punish him. But after 1 year, he was traded again to Chicago in the trade that got them Jamal Crawford. And then prior to the 2005 year, the Bulls traded Mutombo to Houston for 3 unknown guys, if you will. Yao and Mutombo would have a great center combo. So Mutombo would be basically Yao's understudy, but he would mentor Yao Ming and all that. So Mutombo was good for Houston and all that. He decided to retire in 2009. And he was great. He had 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Only Ben Wallace and Rudy Gobert have that many. That's amazing. Not even Shaq has that. Not even David Robinson. Not even Abdul-Jabbar has that. But yeah, he was just that darn good with the whole index finger thing and all that. So, anyway, both Atlanta and Denver have retired his number 55 jersey. And why not? He wouldn't be there. Well, Dikembe's son Ryan committed to Georgetown University, have played a few years with the Hoyas. But more so than that was his humanitarian work in the Congo, helping that out. Unfortunately, Mutombo in October 2022 said he would be undergoing treatment for a brain tumor. And sadly, he has passed away from complications from his brain cancer. Dikembe Mutombo was 58 years old. We'll be back.